World War II wasn't just a battle for land, it was also a battle for culture. As Nazi Germany swept across Europe, they looted priceless paintings, sculptures, and treasures, determined to build Hitler's dream museum. But a small group of unlikely heroes fought back, not with guns, but with maps, brushes, and courage. They were called the Monuments Men, and their mission was simple but dangerous: save civilization's greatest works before they were lost forever. The looting of Europe, when the Nazis invaded Poland, France, Belgium, and beyond, they didn't just seize cities. Special units called the Einsatzstab Reichsleiter Rosenberg systematically stole art from museums, churches, and private collections. Hitler planned a grand Führermuseum in Linz, Austria, a place to showcase the world's treasures. The Louvre, the Uffizi, and countless others were stripped bare. Masterpieces by Da Vinci, Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Van Eyck vanished into secret trains and warehouses. Thousands of Jewish families saw their collections confiscated. Priceless history was hidden, sold, or even destroyed. A new kind of soldier. In 1943, the Allies realized that as they advanced, they might damage what they sought to liberate. So they created a special unit, the Monuments, Fine Arts, and Archives section, nicknamed the Monuments Men. They weren't young soldiers. Many were museum curators, architects, art historians, and professors. They traded tweed jackets for uniforms, carrying pistols in one hand and notebooks in the other. Their orders: protect cultural sites during combat, track down stolen art, recover and return it to its rightful owners. Behind enemy lines, as Allied forces pushed into France and Germany, the Monuments Men followed close behind. They inspected churches, castles, and salt mines. They marked buildings with white stars to prevent bombing, and they interrogated captured Nazis to locate hidden caches. One of the most dramatic discoveries was the Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria. Behind its fairy tale towers, the Nazis stored hundreds of stolen paintings. Room after room was stacked with canvases, stolen from Paris, Florence, and beyond. The salt mines in the closing months of the war, a tip led them to a mine in Altusee, Austria. What they found was staggering. Over 6,500 paintings, including works by Michelangelo and Vermeer. Thousands of sculptures, rare books, and tapestries, all hidden in a labyrinth of tunnels. Then they discovered something terrifying. Nazi leaders had ordered the mine destroyed if Germany fell. Explosives had already been planted. Local miners and the Monuments Men worked frantically to disable the charges and secure the treasure. If they had failed, centuries of art would have been reduced to dust. Dangers and sacrifice. The Monuments Men faced real dangers. Some worked in active combat zones, several were wounded, and a few, like Ronald Balfour in Belgium, lost their lives trying to save history. They weren't glamorous soldiers. They didn't win battles, but they preserved something priceless: the soul of human creativity. The legacy: after the war, the Monuments Men helped return thousands of works to their rightful owners, but many pieces are still missing, lost, hidden, or destroyed in the chaos. Their efforts inspired international agreements to protect cultural heritage in war zones. Museums around the world owe their collections, in part, to these quiet heroes. In 2014, their story finally reached a wider audience through the film The Monuments Men. But the real tale is even richer. The Monuments Men proved that even in humanity's darkest hours, there were those who fought not just for victory, but for beauty, history, and the treasures that define who we are. They saved paintings and sculptures, but they also saved a part of civilization itself. Follow Time Chronicles for more untold stories from World War II and beyond.